Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being there. It's very nice to see all of those people in Barcelona right now. I'm going to talk about the golden rules of a Web3 DevOps. This is not really some golden rules, but much more like some interesting bits about being a DevOps in the Web3 ecosystem. So, it doesn't work. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Johann Bich. I'm 40 years old. I'm in the ecosystem since some time already, since 2013. I'm an engineer since a long time ago. I've been working on different topics and with different hats. I've been engineering manager, I've been head of engineering, I've been business analyst, I've been DevOps, and I've been doing a lot of things, and it's really interesting what we can see in the Web3 ecosystem right now, and I'm going to talk to you about that. Most importantly, I'm very passionate about technology, so I've been going from different positions to the DevOps one because I do love everything that is dirty, kind of, putting your hands in the code, creating stuff, delivering value, and all that stuff. So that's why I've been always getting back to the code. I'm a DevOps engineer at LiFi. LiFi is a platform that is doing DEX aggregation and bridge aggregation for our customers, for our partners. So mainly what we are doing is that we are aggregating many different routes that we are providing to the businesses, to their user. And those routes provide you with the best solution when it goes to swapping or changing a token A from chain A to a token B from chain B. We are mostly talking with business, but you probably know about Jumper.exchange. That is our kind of showcase application that is using the LiFi API. We are working with very nice partners. We are integrating in many different wallets and many different applications that you are probably familiar with. And in this kind of ecosystem, we have a lot of transactions. We have a structure and a platform that needs to manage all the different requests that we have with the different partner-specific settings and specificities. Overall, we have something like 200 to 300,000 requests per hour on our API, which is quite a good number. So we have a very nice and interesting infrastructure that is running on the cloud, of course, in order to provide such services. One thing that is very important when you are a DevOps is to have a view on what is happening. The last thing that you want to have is your infrastructure that is burning. So the best thing to have is some observability. When you're working in a Web3 company, this is sometimes difficult to have a good observability system, a good monitoring system. It can be quite complicated to see through the noise of all the different metrics, all the different observability metrics that you have. So one thing that we have in mind is that you want to measure what you want to know, what you want to change. You don't want to measure everything because there is so many data that you don't want to have all of that. Especially in a Web3 company where time is limited, you want to deliver as much value as possible and you want to be as accurate as possible for your users. So might as well monitor and observe everything that you want to change or the things that are important for you. Of course, you want to get alerted before everything is burning, because if something is burning, it means that your users are not happy, and it means also that you are probably losing transactions. This is the last thing that you want to have, especially on this ecosystem. The different tools that can help you to scale automatically your cluster, your nodes, your pods, all the things that are running your application are very interesting to have for DevOps. You want to use as much tool as possible that is making your life easier. At the end of the day, you want to spend time where it's most important. I'm going to go back to this value a lot of time during the talk. Everything that is related to the value-driven approach that you have. You want to spend less time on things that doesn't make any sense and spend more time on the things that are very important for you, which is why you need to have a nice observability system. And of course, as we are working on the Web3 and with smart contract, the thing that you want to have is also an observability on the blockchain events. It can be the account balance, it can be some specific smart contract events that you want to manage and you want to check. those are very important also for you, so that you know what's happening at the smart contract level, because not everything will go through your API or through the different DApp that you set. One thing that goes with that is that as we are working on the blockchain and as DevOps, the main work of a DevOps is mainly to work on cloud infrastructure, to make sure that your application get deployed, get automated, and that you have the nicest CI/CD possible. So you, as an engineer, as a builder, you don't want to manage everything that is developing stuff that will go on your production, the deployment script and all that things. So this is the job of the DevOps. And when it comes to smart contract and blockchain interaction, the first thing that you will hear is that security is super important, and it is super important. So as a DevOps, the thing that you can do in order to work on that is to work on your privilege and user access management. You want to make sure that the people that can do stuff on your infrastructure or on your smart contract or on your API or on any kind of things that you are maintaining is appropriate, is relevant. You don't want to give admin access to everyone, because of course that's definitely not what you want to do. This security goes also with the audit system. If you have an API, if you have a smart contract, you want to have an audit as much as possible, once a year, once every 6 months, in order to have something that is secured for the user. You want to say, hey, I have the guarantee from those certified auditors that my application is safe, that there is no risk in using our product. For example, if you go on jumper.exchange or if you are using LiFi product, we want to make sure that the routes that we are proposing to the user or to the partners, they are safe. You can use them, they go through known routes and they go through partners that has been audited too, so your funds are safe. You can trust us when you are going on our API. For DevOps, it's very important that this security is at the heart of your infrastructure or your architecture. And don't be lazy. There is a lot of things that you can do in order to trust only the stuff that are trustable. You want to double check everything. You want to triple check everything. Your partners, the API calls that you're doing. If you're interacting with multiple API or multiple services inside your cluster, you want to set up as much system to trust those API, for example, mutual TLS. If you know that service A is talking only to service B and not the request cannot come from other places, you want to make sure that with a certificate system you can set this up and you can make sure that your systems are safe. An additional element that go with that is everything that is related to standards. You want to create standards like best practices or guidelines into your company. Some templates in order to create Jira tickets, some templates in order to interact with the system or to interact with your application or the infrastructure. You cannot standardize everything. You need to standardize the things that matter the most. You want to make sure that the standards that you are creating will help your company, your Web3 company, to continue and perpetually encounter this way of doing stuff. For example, you have a template, this template will be used. It's kind of a loss of time at first, but after that will give you velocity and trust so that you can deliver faster, and it will be easier for your company to deliver faster and to deliver in a safer way. That can be with a DApp template, that will be with boilerplate, that can be with everything that will make the deployment process standardized, going from version A to version B in production. And this is why you want to have those in your company. Especially in Web3 company, most of the time we are stuck in this endless loop of being a startup and everything is ad hoc and we don't have time to deliver so much quality as we would like to as engineers or as DevOps, but we need to do that. The work of a DevOps is also to provide this kind of standards in order for your company to be able to sustain on the long run and to be able to scale up a little bit with those approach of standards. And that's the same for automation. Thanks. That's the same for automation. It's impossible to automate everything. You need to automate what is really important and what you need to automate, the stuff that you are doing on a daily basis that doesn't bring particular value. You want to focus on that early on, deliver something that will be an automated path for this specific use case that you have so that you will be focusing on something else. And it will be easier for your team if they want to deploy 1 dApp, 2 dApp, 20, 100. You know that you have a pipeline, you have a template, you have something that will ease the delivery from the developers. One thing to have in mind over all the activities that are related to DevOps are the value-driven approach. You want to have a foundation of value-driven activities. When you are doing something in order to deliver value, whether it's for your application, for your users, for your internal teams. If someone has, I don't know, some kind of request about creating a pipeline in order to extract data, if it takes you 5 minutes to save him or her 30 minutes of their time every day, this is a definitely good task to handle. As a DevOps, because you have the means to do that, because you have the knowledge and you know all the tools in order to automate your job and the job of others, this is something that you need to keep in mind. And that's it. I've been able to go through all my deck very quickly and super extensively at the same time. I was on time. If you have any question, well, you can shoot. And if you don't, then I will be around for later. Thank you very much for the talk. Thank you.